It's one of America's oldest alliances and a cornerstone of U.S. defense strategy. But since President Donald Trump took office, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization has often been left out in the cold. NATO is commemorating its 70th birthday in Washington in a relatively subdued manner. Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg at the White House Tuesday appeared to disarm Trump's criticisms by praising him for pushing other countries to spend more on defense.
NATO is a strong alliance. We have increased the readiness of forces. We have stepped up in our joint fight against terrorism, and we are investing more.
Trump took credit for NATO's higher level of burden sharing, since more of the 28 member countries are now meeting the defense expenditure requirement.
We're looking at the 2% of GDP level, and at some point I think it's going to have to go higher than that. I think probably it should be higher, but we're at a level of 7 out of the 28.
In line with his America First foreign policy, Trump has questioned NATO's benefit.
The most important crisis that NATO faces is the absence, for the first time in its history, of a strong, principled American president who believes in NATO. Donald Trump has been NATO's biggest critic.
American and European leaders have disagreed over the Iran nuclear deal and nuclear arms pact with Russia. Trump withdrew from both deals. Washington is also criticizing European partners over what it sees as a lax attitude about Chinese security threats.
In Washington, the United States...
Critics point out that for an alliance created to contain Soviet expansionism, some members have been slow to recognize Vladimir Putin's aggressive foreign policy.
Unfortunately, the main obstacles remain timidity on the part of some European members of NATO regarding the Kremlin.
Although Stoltenberg dismissed concerns about NATO-U.S. relations, this year's annual meetings have been downgraded to a gathering of foreign ministers instead of leaders, to avert the risk of further verbal attacks from the American president. Patsy, Widakuswara, VOA News at the White House.